Hello students, welcome to class 11th, the first unit which I am going to start. In NCERT textbook, it is the second chapter. The chapter is units and measurement. Now, what do you mean by unit and what do you mean by measurement? This is what we are going to see in this video. First and foremost, why do we need measurement? Why should we ever measure? Why should we measure something? Yes, for example, I wanted to stitch a shirt, and when I want to stitch a shirt, I get a cloth, and when I get the cloth, I give it to the tailor, and the tailor, using the inch tape, measures. Suppose he does not measure it, right, and he just makes it, what will happen? It will not be fitting me in the correct way. It will not be a best fit. So, you need to have measurement. Whether it is, for example, distance. I want to travel from, let us say, Delhi to Chennai, right? So, I should know what is the approximate distance. I need not measure it. Already people have measured it and kept it. So, measurement is very essential. Now, I am shooting this video. Now, I have planned mentally how much I have to teach for this particular unit. So, I have calculated the time. So, you need to measure that. For example, everywhere in life measurement is taking place. You go to a vegetable seller and you want to purchase, let us say, potato, and you ask him, give me potato. No, you say, you give me 1 kilogram of potato, or give me 2 kilograms of potato, or give me half a kilogram of tomato. So all these are measurement. Without measurement, nothing is possible. Everything has to be measured. Now, all the quantities that can be measured, they are called physical quantities. Physical quantities. Physical quantities are measurable quantities. Now, I can give example, simple example, like I said just now, mass. Mass we need to measure, right? Now, length or distance we measure, right? Length L I will say, right? And then time I have made the measurement, so time T we can say. So all these things are, need to be measured. Everything is measured. Now, those quantities which you cannot measure, yes, there are certain quantities like I give a flower, like a rose flower, or I give you some, let us say, some nicely fragrant flower, and I ask you, come on, tell me what is the smell. Or in your house, your mother is making some curry, she is making something, let us say some sabji, and I ask you, how much is the smell? Yes, you cannot measure. For example, you eat something, a sabji, and you cannot say the taste. Can you measure the taste? Yeah. Someone will say, oh, this food is good and that food is not good. The same food is good and not good. Why? Because they are not objective, they are subjective. They depend on me or the individual. So they are not measurable quantities and they are not physical quantities. All the quantities that can be measured, they are all physical quantities. More than that, for example, now, summer has started, right? Summer has started, so we see it's very hot. Then we measure temperature, right? Temperature. We can measure temperature, right? Next, what else we can measure? Think of it. Light is there, right? Amount of light is there. So we can measure light intensity. This also can be measured, right? Temperature can be measured, light intensity can be measured, electric current current. This also is measurable, right? And we have amount of substance, right? Amount of substance. This is also measurable, right? There are so many quantities are measurable. But scientists, what they did, these quantities, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? The 7 quantities are called basic physical quantities. What are they called? Basic physical quantities. Just like Vibgyor has 7 and the Shabda Swar, Sa, Ri, Ga, Ma, Pa, Da, Ni. Again Sa, Ri, Ga, Ma, Pa, Da, Ni. So, okay, so that is also 7. There are 7 wonders, right? So 7 is a wonderful number, a wonderful quantity, right? So these are called basic physical quantities, right? And each of them have a particular unit, right? So we will now see what do you mean by unit. Unit means what? What is unit? Yes, now I am going to do one small experiment with you, a simple experiment. Now I wanted to measure the length of the hand here of my shirt. Okay, I have got here with me a thread. What I do, I keep it here. Okay, now I place it in my hand like this. Okay, let me carefully do it. Yes, to hold it like this. Okay, and then I come here, then I leave this part, and then I come here and I take it till here. Okay, yes, very good, classic. With this thread, I could measure. I can measure with this thread, but could it be standard? No. A standard unit is to be with a particular standardization. That means standardization. What is standardization? It should obey certain particular rule. Yes, already people have set certain values and it has to follow that value. Now, this is not, the thread is not a standard way of measuring using this. I can't measure something like this, I can't use it. So, in order to measure length, what we do, we have a scale. Now, this scale or ruler you call it, this is a standard measurement instrument. Now, why is it a standard? Because the scientists have already fixed, right, from here to here is 1 meter. When they have put this as 1 meter, when we make another one, what we do, we just replicate. We compare this with the original standard and we check, is it okay? Fine. Let me see. I have got here 1 to 50 centimeter, right? And this is 50 centimeter. Okay, that is the standard, right? 50 centimeter, which is equal to half meter. This is a half meter scale, right? So you always need to compare with the standard, right? Now, if I take this for example, I want, let us say, this thread. Right, I need half a meter of thread. What I do, I take it from here and keep it here, and this is the correct measurement. So there are so many measuring instruments. For example, the tailor will not be using a scale like this, right? He will use a tape. Why tape? Tape is more flexible. Yeah, our body is flexible. He has to measure according to our size. So you use a different scale, right? So the standard with which we compare, and that is referred to as the unit. Unit is already a standard and we make comparison with that standard, and that is called measurement. Comparing with the standard is called the measurement, the process of measurement. Okay, I hope you understand. Physical quantities are quantities which can be measured, and the basic quantities are 7 physical quantities are given, and they are mass, length and time. First, okay, so what I do here, what is the unit of mass? We have something called SI unit of measurement, right? SI unit. There are 3 systems of units. 3 systems of units. I am going to explain it to you slowly, one by one, then you understand it, then we will continue with the other concept. Let me erase everything one time. Yeah. Yes. I told you there are 3 systems are there. Okay, 3 systems are there, systems of units. The first one, I'll call it as CGS system. What is CGS? I'll first write here length, mass and time. Okay, according to this system, the length is measured in centimeter and mass is measured in gram and time is measured in second, according to this system. After that, we came across a more standardized system in 1961 onwards, right, and before a little bit, right, that is called MKS system. M stands for length, meter, mass stands for K, kilogram, right, and time as usual it is second. These are the 2 unit systems which we often follow. Centimeter, gram and second, or meter, kilogram and second. In 1961, this system, MKS system, has made as a standard and it is called SI system. SI system is actually International System of Units or System de International, which is a French word. Right? In France, Paris, these are all being decided, and so we use the word System de International or International System of Units. I hope you understand this. In addition to that, British people have another system called FPS. FPS, length, foot, P, pound, and time, second. This is British system. For some of the units, we follow this also. No problem. Where do we use pound? Cake. When you buy a cake, how many pounds of cake? Or for example, newborn child, babies. Babies also measured in pounds, right? Nowadays, in also kilogram they may do, or in gram. I don't know what is that. Okay, kilogram we may do, pound. So everywhere second is constant, it has been not changed. We have minutes, we can have a hour, but they are all not brought as a standard. We can convert it, right? And then same with gram, kilogram and pound, and then centimeter, meter and foot, right? But foot is not this foot. Earlier it started with this foot, but everybody's feet differs, the size differs. Shoe size, for example. Your shoe size may be 6. Or somebody may have 9. So a person with the 6 size cannot wear 9. It will not fit. There you need to have measurement. And a person with the 9 cannot put his feet into the 6 size number, right? So you need measurement, and also measurement is a perfect system. Okay, so that is what the whole physics is about, making measurements. So these 3 systems, CGS, FPS and MKS, is called SI system of units. In physics, we will be using SI system of units, and whatever we convert it, we can convert it, we can derive it from here, that we will do it as we go further and further. Okay, now I have now told you there are 7 basic units are there. Okay, now we will discuss what are the units of it and what are the symbols we use for that. Okay, so that is the first point which we have to learn. Yeah, let's see. Okay, now I will take the physical quantity and I will take the symbol and I will take the unit. Okay, symbol, let me keep it here, let me just do it later. physical quantity. First, length. Unit, meter. I am talking about SI system of units. Mass, kilogram. Then time, this is second. Then we come to electric current. Then ampere. Yeah, in 10th standard you studied ampere. Then temperature. Temperature is Kelvin. Yeah, it is Kelvin is the standard unit. But often we use in our everyday life degree Celsius or Fahrenheit. Degree Celsius is body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. But when you go to a doctor, he will place a thermometer and say 96.100 something, that is in Fahrenheit. We can make always conversion, right? But Kelvin is the standard unit. Then you have amount of substance. Amount of substance. And this is actually mole. In chemistry you will learn about MOL we write. Actually mole concept you will learn. Number of atoms given in a particular element or a material. And then last you are having here luminous intensity. See, what is luminous intensity? Light intensity, right? That is measured in candela, CD, candela. You can easily understand candle. Candle gives you what? Light. And in those days they measured with candle light, and that's why it is called candela, right? So these are the 7 quantities: 1, 2, 3, 4 current, 5 temperature, 6 amount of substance, and 7 luminous intensity. Now we give a symbol for that, yeah, and this symbol for this is capital L. This is called dimension. It is called dimension. In the next video we will study about it. So just I am introducing. For mass we will use capital M. For time we will use capital T. So these are not necessary now. You know, current we use the symbol I, and temperature we use the same temperature. Again small t you can put it or capital T you can put it, but you need to mention it. What do you say by that? Okay, amount of substance, that's okay, no problem, based on the thing. Light intensity also again. So do not worry about the symbols here. Yeah, whenever a particular symbol is coming, but we will just mention what that symbol means. But I introduced LMT. This L, length, mass, time. Based on that we will develop a concept called dimensional formula and dimensions, which will be our next video. So before I end this video, yeah, I will tell you why do we need a standard, why do we use a unit, and what is the purpose of a unit. Okay, yeah, see, why do we use a standard unit, what is the necessity for it, and what are the characteristics for it. Yeah, so let me just look at it, and then I am going to tell you. Yeah, a standard unit, see, I am writing here, a standard unit, one, what characteristic it should possess? It should be well defined. Okay, we have to give a proper definition, but I do not believe in you memorizing the definition and all. Don't do it. Yeah, that is there in the book already. Just look at it. Do not memorize it. It's of no use, right? And number 2, it should be convenient size. Convenient size. Why convenient size? If I say 1 meter scale, this is a half meter scale, and you have 1 meter scale. If I say 1 meter is so big, let us say, like the size of the room, oh, that's not possible. For example, 1 kilogram is there. Somebody says this much we will be having as 1 kilogram. Oh my God. Or somebody says we will have this much. No. These are standards which has been set, and we have to follow those standards. Yeah, we can't change it for our convenience. And 3, it should be easily reproducible. reproducible, right? You should be able to produce it. Whether it is in India, whether in Uttar Pradesh, or in Tamil Nadu, or in America, or in London, everywhere it should be of convenient size, well defined, easily reproducible, and also it should be internationally accepted. Okay, it should be accepted by international community. Everybody should agree. Yeah. So scientists will sit together and come to the common conclusion, okay, this can be the standard, and they will use that. And also remember, it should not vary, it should not change, right? It should not vary with what? With temperature, pressure, all these physical factors should not change it. Suddenly in summer, length is this much. In winter, it becomes smaller. No, it's not allowed. Yes, you keep here. So it should be well defined, convenient in size, easily reproducible, internationally accepted, and should not vary with physical conditions like temperature and pressure. Yes, this is the basic units I have talked about, and today we have learnt about measurement, and we also learnt about basic physical quantities. And you also have derived physical quantities, right? Derived physical quantities. We derive it. Okay. How do we derive? For example, speed. What is speed? Speed is equal to distance upon time. Okay. So this is a derived one. What is the distance in SI unit? Meter. Time, second. Meter per second will become the unit of speed, a derived quantity. One more example I can say. Density is equal to mass upon volume. Mass is kilogram. Volume is L into B into H. Meter into meter into meter. So meter cube. So you can write it as kg per meter cube. So this is a derived unit. So we can go on learning step by step. Today is the first video, right? I hope you all learn it. Yeah, I use reference book actually. I use NCERT book. I will all suggest you all should have one reference book that will help you to develop the concepts better, right? More in an enlarged version. Whatever you learn till 10th standard, it is just a small quantity. Now what you are going to learn as an individual subject, physics. Earlier you had science, physics, chemistry, biology all together, only one book. Now you are going to have physics independently, chemistry independently, maths independently, and biology independently. And physics by itself requires one good reference book. In the next video, I'll suggest you some book names. Yeah, and not now. Don't buy anything now, right? You just use my notes and then see these videos and then ask questions. Yes, a student of science ought to be, one of the important qualities is to ask questions. Why? When you ask the question why, there will be an answer, and that is about scientific method, scientific discovery, right? Let us all enjoy the process of learning physics, right? Thank you so much.